Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm just taking a look at the settings and making sure everything is all right. This is the first time I do a live on YouTube, and it was something completely unplanned. I just thought, why not? I should give it a try at some point, and a Visa Bulletin update is, I think, is a good time to do this. Hi, everyone. I see you're saying hi already. Thank you for that. Thank you. I was going to ask if you could hear me. Okay, so I'm going to give people just 1 minute to get on the call in case they want to do so. I just posted this on Instagram. I just sent it to my Telegram channel as well. If you are not in any of those, then check out EB2NIW.info or EB1greencard.info, and you have links to both Telegram and Instagram. Hi, everyone. Hi, Sofia, Hugo, Sansanya, Efla, Ru. Sorry if I'm butchering your names. Thank you for being here. As I was saying, this is a new thing. Actually, this is a test because for those of you who are also course members, my EB2 NIW course, I'm going to start doing live sessions every month. And one way I could do it is through YouTube, through a private link. So this is a good way of testing the waters and understanding if this will work out or it will be a complete failure. Okay, so let me know how things are working throughout the session. We're going to spend probably 20 minutes looking at the Visa Bulletin. We're going to be looking at the tables, and then if you have a question, you can submit it, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. Questions on EB2 NIW, questions on EB1A, questions on the Visa Bulletin itself. Okay, do you want to start? Let's take a look at the Visa Bulletin. So one thing I want to try is, will screen sharing work here? Let's take a look. Yeah, it will. All right, so my name is Oscar. I'm a scientist, and I say that I'm a scientist on purpose at the beginning of each video, not because I want to brag about being a scientist, not because I feel super proud of that background. No, it's because I want you to understand that I'm not a lawyer, and that's the point of me opening with that. I had several people asking, why do you keep saying you're a scientist? You're so annoying. It's because of that. It's the same as me saying I am not a lawyer. And this is really important because in this channel, I try to give you the best information I can, always the most complete information, but I do it from the perspective of being one of you, being an immigrant that did an EB2 NIW process and an EB1 process, and just sharing my personal opinion on those matters, okay? So nothing of what I say is legal advice. All right, so I'm going to put the intro because I want to see if this works on the live session. Let me know, it's just a 5-second intro. Did it work? Let me know in the comments, okay? You're going to help me a lot today. So let's move to my other screen and let's start looking at the Visa Bulletin. So the Visa Bulletin is this monthly publication that helps us understanding what is the line of people waiting for a green card, okay? We know that there's a quota every year. There's a limit that the US Congress imposes on these two agencies, USCIS and the State Department, and that 140,000 limit on employment base, thank you for telling me it worked, of employment base green cards, that limit causes backlogs because for certain countries, there's more applicants than available green cards. And there's not only that 140,000 global limit, there's also a per country quota. And that's why we need a visa bulletin to really understand if we can proceed to finishing our green card process. The I-140 petition part of the process is the more important part, is the more complex part for an EB2 NIW or an EB1A green card, because that's where we argue that we need to be accepted in this group of people that get a waiver for the job offer. But it's not the end of the process. Once we have the I-140, then we need to either do an adjustment of status. If we are inside the United States, we are with an F visa or an H visa or a J visa, whatever it is, we need to change our status to permanent resident. If we are outside the US, we will finish the process in a consular processing way. So we are going to go to an embassy or a consulate of the US in typically our home country, but it could be anywhere you choose. And we are going to complete the process. The visa bulletin that we see on this website, that dictates if we can finish the process right now or not, if the line of people allows us to complete the process or not, okay? So how do we do that? We look at the tables and we compare the date on the table to our priority date. The priority date is the date that USCIS gives us when we send our I-140 package to them. So once we submit our application, they will accept it. Hopefully, if we didn't make any major mistake, they will accept it and they will issue a priority date. That date is crucial because it will help us read the visa bulletin and understand if we are good to go or not. So let's see what happened in December 2023. Once we open this website, this is the official website. Don't go anywhere else. Don't go to third-party websites. Look at it here. We will have the current visa bulletin, in this case, November 2023, and then we will have December 2023. That's the upcoming visa bulletin. We never know exactly which day of the month this happens. Today is the 9th, and so that means that pretty early on we are going to know. But sometimes it takes longer, okay? We never know, so this is a surprise. So we are going to open November and we're going to open December in two different tabs so we can quickly compare the table. And yes, some of you are already saying on the comment section, this visa bulletin is not great. And yes, that's the spoiler alert. I took a quick look at it, and there's not a lot of news, and sometimes no news is not good news, okay? So I have November opened right here, and I have December right here. In this channel, we talk about employment-based green cards. So what I did is I moved down, I went all the way down until we see employment-based preferences. That means employment-based green cards. And then there are two tables. Okay, most of you in this channel understand what these two tables are because I talk about it every month. But in case you're new or in case it's not clear to you, there's two tables, final action dates and dates for filing, table A and table B. So what is the importance of each of those tables? Table A, or final action dates, is clearly the most important table. Why? Because no matter if you are in the US or you are abroad, the final action dates, table A, really dictates when they will call you for an interview, when there is a visa number available to you, all right? So table B is also important in some ways. In some months, an adjustment of status applicant may use table B to understand if they can file for an adjustment of status. But they will never complete the process until table A allows them to. That's why table A is important, all right? So I have table A here, and I have table A also on this other window, all right? So like I said a little bit earlier, there's not a lot of news. If we look at first, that's EB1, in which EB1A is a part of, we see that if we go from November to December, there's literally no changes, okay? So all countries except for China and India are current, which is great for those of you who are interested on EB1 and you're not Chinese or Indian. And China and India had February 2022 and January 2017, respectively, and they will continue with those dates, okay? So no movements there, not good news for China or India also, because one would expect at least that there's a 1 month movement in each visa bulletin. And when there isn't, that effectively means that the line of people waiting for a green card is getting longer. The wait time is getting longer. So let's go with EB2, which I know is the more popular category for those of you watching this video right now. So unfortunately, if you see the second row, we had a date of July 15th, 2022 in table A, and that's the same in December, okay? So 15th July, no changes. And again, why do I say it's not good news? Well, first of all, because we always want things to move forward, okay? The more forward it moves, the shorter the line of people is, the faster we're going to be able to complete our process. But Oscar, there's no change, so that's good. There's no retrogression. Yes, I mean, if you look at that in that way, yes. However, not having any movement means that you are going to have to keep waiting, and really nobody wants to keep waiting, right? And I'm reading some of your comments saying that you're disappointed, and yes, I'm also disappointed. This means that effectively there's more and more wait time. So let's look at the other countries. Okay, we look at most countries. Now let's see China. In November Visa Bulletin, they had an October 2019 date. That is still the case. They just moved a little bit on the date order of magnitude, so almost nothing. India had a date of 1st of January 2012, and they have the same date, okay? So really no changes for EB1 or EB2, and that really is not good news, okay? So start dropping any question that you have. I have no helper. I'm a one-person shop. So at the end, I will take a look, and if there's an interesting question, we may focus on that, okay? If there's also issues with sound or anything, let me know in the comments. All right, so let's take a look at, well, EB3, I don't see changes also for most countries. In case any of you is an EB3 applicant, I don't discuss EB3 in this channel though. Let's take a look at table B, dates for filing. All right, so we just have to scroll down a little bit. And here I need to talk about something quite important, which is for those of you who are in the US, what table do you need to use if you are filing an adjustment of status? Okay, the table that dictates that changes from month to month to make things even more difficult, okay? It changes. Sometimes you can use table A to know when you can file. Sometimes you can use table B. Table B is better because those dates are more beneficial to you. How do we look at that? We have this link in each Visa Bulletin. So you click on this link. And I don't know why it's not, well, that didn't work. I'm going to try again. You click on that link, and then it tells you, this is an external link. Are you sure you want to click on it? Yes, it's a USCIS link, and we are now in the State Department website. So you click yes, and here it tells you what chart you can use for adjustment of status filing. So you have current month adjustment of status filing and next month. In this case, we're looking at next month. However, the USCIS are slow in updating this particular website. And you see that when they say next month, they don't mean December, they still mean November. I'm just going to explain this to you so then you can come back later and then you can check what is the verdict. If this was December, they are saying that for employment-based green cards, you must use dates for filing. That's table B, which is the best situation because you can do it a little bit earlier. We'll have to wait and see when they update this website if December is also table B. I'm going to run with the assumption that, you know, that is the case. They will keep table B for December. So if that is the case, let's take a look at table B. Okay, for EB1, everyone was current. Everyone except for India and China, of course. So that doesn't change, of course. For EB2, we had a table B date of January 2023. That means if your priority date is earlier than January 2023, you could file an adjustment of status. It doesn't mean you will finish the process. It means you can file it. So in December, we see that the date is still 1st of January 2023. Same for China and same for India. Okay, we have no changes there. So now the question remains, will they allow you to keep using table B? And you have to come back here a little bit later in maybe 2 hours or something like that. Hopefully USCIS run the code here and they will have updated this website. You will see December here and they will tell you if you can use table B, dates for filing, or you have to use table A. If you have to use table A, that means you have to come back here and now your date is July. So that is not beneficial for most people, okay? So another thing that I like telling is take a look always at the notes at the very end of the Visa Bulletin, okay? If you go down, there's always some notes here. This month I checked it and there's nothing really important for EB2 NIW or EB1A green card applicants, but sometimes they give you hints of where we are going to be in the coming months. Are we going to see a little bit of a slowdown or not? You know, what's going on? Sometimes they give you some, you know, a little bit of information. So nothing even in the footnotes here, no big changes, no changes at all in the Visa Bulletin from November to December, which means that it's not good. That same with money. When we have some money and suddenly is 1 year from now, we expect that money to have more value. That's inflation. So if we are not earning more than inflation, we effectively lose money. So with the Visa Bulletin, it's the same thing. If we go from November to December and the days on the Visa Bulletin have not changed at all, we are effectively losing time because now the lines of people are getting longer. Now we're going to have to keep waiting, in this case, for January 2024 Visa Bulletin. And I have been looking with this eye in this angle to some of your comments, and some of you were saying, well, January will be better. Okay, well, October, November, December, that's the first quarter of fiscal year 2024. It is true that in January we could see some more movement because we go from quarter 1 2024 to quarter 2 2024. So yeah, I can see that, but of course I never make predictions, you know that, and we'll have to wait and see in 1 month from now what happens with the Visa Bulletin. Do we see those advancements or we have to keep waiting? Okay, if you have some comments, drop them right now. Yeah, I'm reading one that says, Michael says, what do you think about the comments in the October Visa Bulletin where they said that movements were going to be by quarter? Okay, so actually, yeah, I was talking about that right now without even looking at your specific question. I think I already answered you. I know that that's the case. That's how they look at things. They go by quarter because they have some internal quotas. At the beginning of the video, I was talking about how there's a global quota of 140,000 green cards, a per country quota of 7% maximum for each country. And they also have quarterly quotas, okay? Yeah, so Eduardo says they may be clearing the line. I hope January can bring good news. I do hope so too. I really hope so. So many of you will see relief and will see their process going a little bit faster. So I'm going to give you a second to type any question you have, any comment, and I'm going to do my typical advertisement minute. Okay, so if you are interested in EB2 NIW or EB1 green card, please take a look to go to my website, eb1greencard.info for that category, or eb2niw.info for that NIW category. The thing that I really encourage you to do is to check out the online courses. Why? Not only because I earn money with them, that is true, there's no hiding of that, but it is because I think if you are do-it-yourself petitioner, this is the most comprehensive material you can find anywhere. In front of you right now, I have the curriculum for EB2 NIW. The EB1 structure is kind of similar. You see the different modules that I have. 9 modules, including consular processing and adjustment of status. You will be able to download a sample petition for I-140, a sample petition for I-485 adjustment of status, and in each of these modules, you'll see lectures, different lectures with me explaining each topic. You know who I am, you know how I explain things, so if you like how I do things, you can consider joining my course. You can submit questions in each lecture, and I update the course. It's not like I left it there to freeze. In September, I created 2 different modules, adjustment of status or consular processing. Right this week, I updated the lesson that I had on Visa Bulletin, the topic we are covering today, because I wanted to give a little bit more detail and a little bit better explanation so you are ready to interpret the Visa Bulletin every time this time of the month comes and we have a new Visa Bulletin. I want you to have the tools so you can do it by yourself. Now we are going to update the where to mail paperwork because today USCIS issued new addresses for where to file the paperwork. So I'm going to update the course tomorrow. That will be updated. I'll have a video on YouTube also. So sometimes I share everything in YouTube and on my course. Sometimes I have some exclusive content in the course. How to pay, I will update. How to pay USCIS, I will update that because I have, my opinion has been evolving on what is the best way to pay, how to do it. So I'm going to issue a new video in the course. And because today I'm trying this live session, I'm going to do exclusive sessions for course members where we are going to answer questions that you may have, okay? And this is just an example. I keep looking at the course. Every day I answer questions on the course, and I will continue updating content as I see fit, okay? So check it out. All right. Yeah, let me know where you are from also if you are on the chat right now. So give me a second to take a look at the comments. Do you think EB1 India date could change in January, February Visa Bulletin? Okay, I don't make predictions, but my personal take with India is that, yes, we are going to see some movements. I will not tell you how much or when, but we're going to see movements. I think this first quarter now is ending in this December Visa Bulletin, like I was saying earlier. India, hopefully the EB1 category, which was way more advanced just a few months ago, but then they had to do that correction that they did a couple of months ago. They wanted to come back to the better dates. They couldn't for some reason. Maybe they were being a little bit conservative there. Hopefully in January they will be able to advance it significantly, but we'll have to see. We'll have to wait. Okay, after the approval of I-140, how long does it take for the adjustment of status process? Is the adjustment of status process faster than the MVC process? So the adjustment of status process, first of all, there's 2 parts on that. on one side, you have to wait until your date becomes current. I don't know if you are specifically asking, Luis Carlos, I don't know if you are asking specifically about that part or in general. If you are asking about that part, you of course need to look at the Visa Bulletin depending on what country you come from. You have to read the date and follow it, and you'll have to wait until table A is current. Okay, if you are in the US, you may be able to look at table B to file the adjustment of status, but until you are not current based on table A, you will not be able to complete the adjustment of status. Exactly the same as those of you who are abroad. Table A is what governs when you can finish the process. Now, there's some differences which are related to, for example, your embassy of reference. Let's say you are in Colombia. Colombia is known because of their internal, now I'm talking about internal backlogs in the US embassy. Maybe if you are in France, and this is just an idea, maybe if you are in France, maybe that particular embassy, they have less internal backlog. Maybe they are more efficient. So that can maybe make your consular processing a little bit delayed compared to an adjustment of status. But the availability of the visa number is exactly the same. It's dictated by table A, no matter if you are on NVC or if you are doing an adjustment of status. Jaime, thank you. Oscar, you are awesome. Mil gracias por ayudarnos a todos. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Gracias por estar aquí. Okay, I have someone from Mexico. I have someone from Rio de Janeiro. Muito obrigado por estar aquí. All right. Comments on religious workers, EB4 footnotes. I have no expertise whatsoever on that. I have been following the footnotes in the past Visa Bulletins. That's why the footnotes are important. And what I can interpret from that is that they are discontinuing that classification, that category of green cards. So you should look into that because I cannot tell you much more. Okay, can you file for adjustment of status after many years if you miss your current priority date? In other words, is I-140 has expiration date to file for adjustment of status? I believe, yes, I believe there is the rule, at least for consular processing, and I believe they follow more or less the same guidelines, is that once you have been current for more than a year, then your case may be considered abandoned. So that's why it's important to keep an eye. I mean, it's kind of hard to miss something by a year, but keep an eye on the Visa Bulletin, okay? Does Brazil has a lot of backlog in Rio embassy? Jake, I unfortunately I cannot answer that. As far as I know, this data is not public, so I have no way. I tried to look into that because that would be very helpful for many of you, I know. But unless you know someone inside the embassy or someone that just underwent that that process in that particular place, you will not be able to know for sure. Okay, Michael Pinto, muchas gracias, Oscar. Well, thank you. Creo que eres el más objetivo. Well, I don't know if I'm the most objective person on this, but I do know that I put an effort. Okay, so thank you for that. What do you think about USAS asking for medicals when your priority date is not current? Well, I don't know what specific case you're talking about. The personal take I have on that and what I have followed personally with my case is that I would not submit my medical exams until I got a request from it. In other words, I was in an adjustment of status. I decided not to submit my medical records until they issue an RFE to request for that. Why? Because I don't want my medicals to expire. Now, recently they have increased the validity of the medicals for longer, so the risk is less. But I think you are allowed not to. Not I think. I'm sure you are allowed not to send it with the adjustment of status package. So why would you do it if you have that little risk? Okay. Jay says, so frustrating. I know the Visa Bulletin. I hope you're talking about the Visa Bulletin, not this video. Is frustrating. Okay. Oh my God, lo soltaron súper rápido este mes. Milagros. Yes, that's true. This was an early month. Okay. Separate column for Brazil and Iran, please, says Jake. Okay. I'm actually going to look into this. I was telling someone in a YouTube comment today that I have the feeling that Brazil may be close to getting a column of their own soon. But I don't have the numbers to back it up, so I'm going to study the topic, I'm going to look at the statistics, and I will let you know if that is going to happen soon or not. Okay. Can you file, and this is a good one. Sophia, sorry, I'm going up now. Sophia, can you file your I-485 even if your priority date is not current? No, Sophia, you can file it, but it will come back to you. They will reject it. USCIS will open it, they will look at your numbers, and they will say, hey, you still have 3 more months to go. This is rejected. Okay, look at my video on rejections and denials. There's a difference. Rejection is not that bad, but your adjustment of status will not be taken in consideration. All right. What else? I see in some comments you're talking to each other, which is great. Saludos, Oscar, Christian. Saludos to you also. What happens if Kido? What happens if your F1 status is about to expire and your priority date is not yet current? Would you have to depart the US? Kido, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but yes, you should talk with a lawyer if you are in that situation, because if your valid status is running out, even if you have an I-140 petition approved, that doesn't confer legal status in the US. Okay, so it's important that you talk with an expert that can give you legal advice. In case of doubt, I would depart the US before you accrue any unlawful status. Any day, even a single day, can be a problem for the future. Okay, Americali, I just got a denial for EB2 NIW. Sorry to hear that. Do you think I should give it a try again? Well, it really depends on your case. You have to look at the RFE, the denial, and see how far am I from this. They give good information, usually. They give good information, those letters, so you can understand if you are a little bit close, if you can do something about it. A lot of times you can strengthen your profile. You can work on certain areas that can make your case stronger, and then you can refile. Sometimes it's not a matter of a month. Sometimes it's a matter of 6 months, of 12 months. It's important that you hear also this kind of stuff, because sometimes in YouTube we tend to see very, very positive messages, including myself. I want to be positive and motivate you. But sometimes you need to stop for a second, take a step back, look at your profile, and see what you can do in your field to position yourself a little bit better. Okay, hi Oscar. I'm from Pakistan. My I-140 receipt date is 1st of November 2023. How much time required for applying green card in NVC? Well, to go through NVC, you need to have an I-140 approved, and they will send the welcome letter. So unlike adjustment of status, you don't have to proactively do much unless you see that your I-140 is approved. Months pass, then you should contact NVC to continue. Okay, Michael Pinto is saying that he has a friend with a priority date of July 8th, and he has an appointment for December. Why if the date is close to the 15th of July, they didn't move the bulletin? I honestly, I don't fully understand your question, Michael. Sorry. Does your course, Douglas, does your course walk through filing as non-academic endeavor? My course is really open, okay? It's, of course, I will give you the examples from my own petition as a scientist. I wrote that petition, of course, from my point of view. But the course really teaches you how to craft your cover letter, how to argue, how to do recommendation letters, and even areas that I didn't use, for example, professional plan or business plan, I do touch on those. So the purpose of the course is not for you to take my stuff, copy and paste it. It's to understand what logic I follow to build my case so you can build your own. So it is not specific to any profession, I would say. Can I immigrate to Spain, Jake? That's a funny one. Can I immigrate to Spain rather than USA? USAS is pure insanity. Well, maybe I should open a channel for that, okay? And I can let you know how to do that. You'll get good quality of life for sure. Now, job opportunities will be a little bit not as good. Okay, if during EB2 process your E2 status is about to end, a renewal interrupts or interrupts the EB2 process. I also don't understand that, but if you are on a non-immigrant visa without dual intent, like an E2 visa, you have to be careful because once you show your intention to immigrate, which that's exactly what you're doing with an EB2 NIW, then if you need to renew your visa, you may face a challenge, okay? Yeah, okay. Thank you for clarifying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You should consult with a lawyer if you're unsure, because in those cases, unless you are on an H-1B that has dual intent, then in those cases you may have issues. All right, Jorge Luis, I'm going up again. Muchas gracias, Oscar, por este live y todos los vídeos sobre Visa Bulletin. Thank you. He's saying thank you for this live and for the Visa Bulletin updates. Okay, Eduardo Carvalho says, Brazil receives about 2,500 immigrant visas per year, less than 7% of the amount. Well, I guess that's true, Eduardo, because otherwise they would have already a column in the Visa Bulletin. So yeah, I just want to know how close are we from that scenario? And same with Iran, okay? Same with Iran. And Jay says, is it common that EB2 is closed for this long period? Well, this is kind of, well, first of all, it's not closed. That's something that I want to clarify because I see this in Facebook groups a lot. People are saying, well, we're already closed, no more EB2 NIW. Close is not the right word. There is a backlog. That means that you cannot complete the process immediately. But it is kind of unprecedented that these wait times are so long compared to other years. Yeah, this started, if you remember, December last year. Jake says, is the MVC 1-year rule based on contact or submission? I thought as long as you log into CEAC, the portal, once a year, your I-140 is still valid. So what it means is that if you have some action that you're required or able to do, for example, if they send you the welcome letter and they are asking for the documents, if you choose not to send them, that's considered inaction, okay? Now, if you have nothing to do really because you are just waiting for days to move or something like that, that's fine. But remember, it's 1 year from the date your priority date became current in the Visa Bulletin. So while you're waiting for your date to become current, there's no issue. Please, can you answer my questions? Okay, someone is reminding me. Let me see what you asked because sorry, like I said, it's only me here. So okay, my name is Kingsley. I'm from Nigeria. I'm F1 category. Priority date May 2015. Okay, well, yeah, I cannot answer that question because you are asking about family green cards, and in this channel I talk about employment green cards. Sorry. All right, I'm going to give 1 more minute to answer the final questions, and then I'll I'll finish this live. I don't know how long it's been. To be honest, I lost track of time. Let me see. How long? Can somebody tell me? 20 minutes? I'm having fun, but at some point I have to go and do something else. All right, let me see if I missed something. And let me know what country are you watching this from, or what is your nationality? I'm always curious about that. Do we need to, Sanjana, do we need to have a job during adjustment of status, even if NIW I-140 is approved? Well, there's nothing saying you have to have a job while you're waiting. What you have to have is a valid legal status in the United States. That is the critical part that you have. Otherwise, when your time comes and you try to do an adjustment of status, then you don't have anything to adjust it on. Okay, that's really critical. Now, a job is important, I'm sure, for you and your family, but it's okay if you are temporarily in between jobs or something like that. 40 or 50 minutes. Wow, it's been a while. How many pages, Luis Carlos says, how many pages should a cover letter for a professional plan be, Oscar? Well, I'm going to give you my ever hated answer, which is it depends. Okay, there's no rules about this. There's what fits your case, and that applies for number of recommendation letters, extension of recommendation letters, extension of your cover letter. It really depends on what you need to convey, what arguments you need to make, what specific things you need to tell them about. Okay, so what is typical for a professional plan? Somewhere between 3 and 10 pages. Okay, 10 is a little bit on the long side. 3, okay, 5. I would say that's where the median is. But don't take this as, okay, I need to make a 5-page plan. No, you need to make the plan that has enough details, that tells USCIS your story, where you want to be, what are you going to contribute to the US, and how you can be successful. And you can even give a few examples of previous similar endeavors. Okay, Jake, you are from Brazil. And Ahmed, I know you, Ahmed. You are in the US. Syed is watching from Pakistan. Well, that's a long distance, so thank you for being here, Syed. That's awesome. Watching from South Africa, amazing. Watching from US, Piyush. Ghana, I applied for I-907. For those of you who are not familiar, it's premium processing twice, and I have not heard back. Do you have any suggestions? Well, check. Well, first of all, I don't know the details of your story. You should have gotten at least a rejection. Okay, if you didn't, really double and triple check the address where you send your documents to. Today, they just updated the mailing addresses. USCIS have new addresses where you have to submit things. The website is now a little bit more clear. Check it out and make sure you're using the addresses for upgrading a regular processing to premium processing, because that's a different type of mailing address, okay? Jorge Luis from Argentina. Hola, Argentina. Rafael says, hi, Oscar. I heard that most of the EB2 NIW cases are receiving RFEs lately. It is rare to see one case without an RFE. Is it correct? Well, I really hate speculating, and I cannot but speculate here. I do feel like there is more and more demand for EB2 NIW, and I feel it is possible that there's more cases that are sent without proper preparation. That being said, it is also true that I've seen a lot of RFEs where I don't agree at all with the USCIS officer, and they are kind of unfair. And sometimes it feels like they are rushing because they need to buy time, in the case of premium processing, or they are just super busy and they need to issue an RFE to get this stuff out of their hands and they can proceed with something else. And that is bad. And I'm not the only one saying that. Victoria Chen from Chen Immigration also said that in their LinkedIn page. Okay, I made a short video on that. You can go and watch. Now, this is all speculation. As I said earlier, there's no official data as far as I know yet. Okay, Imran, thank you so much. Oscar, you are friendly and nice. Thank you. Thanks. I mean to come on live more frequently if you treat me like this. I got approved without RFE, EB2 NIW, Christian says, and of course, well, congratulations, Christian. And of course, there's a lot of people getting approvals without RFEs, okay? Jorge Luis, on March 2023, I got approved I-140 NIW without RFE. Congratulations, Jose Luis. Felicidades. Arun asks about the dates for EB1 India. Why are they not moving? Well, I said earlier that the dates were supposed to move. Even USCIS in the footnote said that they expected the dates to move forward last month. They didn't. We continue seeing no movement. So we can only hope that with the new quarter that starts in January 2024, that's quarter 2 of fiscal year 2024, we hope we're going to see movements, but we don't know. All right. Venezuelan watching from Tampa, Milagros Mendez. Gracias, Milagros. Es un placer. It's a pleasure that you're here as well. So, wrapping up, I hope you like this live video. Do you want to see more live videos here? I may be open to do a few of these from time to time, but I tell you again that if you are in my course, you will get at least one EB2 NIW live session exclusive to you. It may be here in YouTube, or it may be on another platform where we can actually turn on videos on your side so I can see you and I don't have to be reading and feeling a little bit awkward that I'm silent while I'm reading. We may do that in the course. So check out the course. It will give you a lot of content. It will give you a lot of help if you are planning to do this by yourself without a lawyer. And you will get that additional perk that I'm not even announcing on the website, okay? I'm just telling you now, okay? Next Visa Bulletin, please make another live session. Okay, all right, I will consider that. Next one, I may be on vacation. It depends when they issue it. But even if I'm on vacation, if I have my laptop, why not? I mean, that's an option. All right, last two questions I'm going to get. Emerging digital solutions. That's the name of the person. I know you don't make predictions, but do you think PD for RAW, rest of world, will be current next month? If you're talking about EB2 NIW, no, I don't think so. I wish I could tell you the opposite, because I really care about all of you and I want you to all get green cards, but I don't think that's possible. There's now a backlog of a year and a half or a little bit more. It's not realistic that that's going to happen, okay? And this is not a prediction. It's just my feeling. You made an interesting review about individuals who have a strong case for EB2. Could you create more videos like this? Okay, right now I don't remember what video, Luis Carlos, I don't remember what video you are referring to, but you can post it over there in the chat and I'll take a look. I always like to see, you know, what content you like. Of course, I know based on the views, but I kind of hate the algorithm, because there's a lot of times that I make a video that I put a lot of effort that I think is very helpful, and I know it's going to help a lot of people. And I also know that the algorithm will not like it and it will not get views. Don't worry, I still do those videos because, you know, screw the algorithm. YouTube, don't listen to this. I will keep doing those, but of course, I also like to know what you really are interested on, okay? Jorge Luis, cancel your vacation. That's not going to happen. No. Maybe we make these two things compatible, but no, I'm not going to cancel the vacation. Well, thank you all so much. Just final note. check out my two websites, EB2NIW.info, EB1greencard.info. Those are the places where you can find a lot of content, a lot of it free content that you can just go and read, a lot of articles that you will really get a lot of information from. Of course, if you are serious about it, get into my online courses, enroll, send questions through the course, watch my live videos that are exclusive to the course members that will start now in November, and let me know what you think about it. Let me know what is missing. I hope nothing is missing, but let me know. Okay, Oscar, I went through your course. It was good, but I think you need to add this. Let me know, and I'll always take a look at your feedback and act on it. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to figure out how to turn this off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Too bad that I couldn't give you better news today, but we'll see in January 2024 Visa Bulletin. Here in the US, we get a few days of vacation, so we have to take advantage of those. True. All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you. See you next time, and see you in this channel every week with new content, both short videos, long videos, and of course on my two websites. All right, bye. Yeah, I really don't know how to stop this.